So let me start explaining how my husband died. So let me start from December. I was supposed to travel with my late husband, and I suddenly blatantly refused. I don't want to travel again. Why I don't want to travel is two reasons. The first reason is that I had threat of miscarriage, which I even told the doctor. She said I should take more rest. And I used to, if I'm walking, I used to put my hand on my private part so that I'll feel like I'm protecting the head of my baby from falling off. And this thing has been happening since I was 4 months pregnant, and I was 6 months plus at that time. And my husband never asked me why I was walking like that. So I got angry about that. And also the fact that if my late husband is angry with me, he doesn't give me food. In fact, his friend was one that bought the 2 pregnant care drugs I used when I was pregnant. So because of all those things, it was accumulated anger. I said I was not going to travel. So he went to call his church members to come and speak to me that I should travel. I told them I'm not going to travel. And besides, 3 days before that day, I've been having bad dreams. I've been seeing myself in a dilapidated building that's as if they fought war in a place, and I'm in the middle of the place, a destroyed city, you understand. And another one I dreamt was I saw aliens. They were on Okada. There were many, up to like 3,000, and they were looking dark. Their eyes was like moon. They were chasing me. Before one lady opened her window and told me to run inside. That's where I ran to was a hut. She opened the window and she told me to come inside and hide. Before they were not able to figure where I was. That's how they left. That was in the dream. So I had this dream of that dilapidated building twice. Then I had that alien chasing me once. So I saw the Edison as a bad omen. I didn't want to travel. So after he called his church members to speak to me, I told them that I was not going to go anywhere. So I was strong about that. Something shocking now happened. That's the very day that those church people came. The next day I was supposed to travel. So I went to buy pineapple. I was coming my street. So I was about entering my house. I was a few meters away from the gate. That's how a man now called me and told me that I should come. That if I know what is good for me, I should not travel. That if I travel, what I use my eye to see. What I use my mouth not able to say it. I was now wondering, how did this man know I want to travel and where is it coming from? So the man gave me a prayer point. The man also gave me Psalms to read. So when I came home, I was shocked though. I was absolutely shocked. I've never seen that man before. So when I entered this, I'm trying to cut everything short, but in my life, I would explain everything in details. So what now happened was I entered the house and I slept. I intentionally didn't pick any call because I knew that every calls that are coming in that time was to beg me to follow my husband to travel. So the next morning, my husband came and stayed close to my son and started crying. Me, I ignored his cry because normally, even when he beats me, he used to cry. And people don't believe that he used to hit me, you understand, because he cries. And they'll be like, your husband is a good man. And they don't believe that he can hit me. So if he cries, me, I don't used to reason that one. So I went to, when my spirit now told me, go to the parlor and pray. So I went to the parlor. I didn't know what I was going to pray about. What I did was I sang praises. After singing praises, I just said normal daily prayer. I sat at the parlor. Later, my husband came and joined me at the parlor and was begging me that, please, I want you to follow me to the village. I said I cannot follow you to the village. Whenever you want a favor, you will be nice. After you've gotten that favor, you just become the real you. I'm not following you to the village. So I noticed that he was putting his phone on record, because whenever we are quarreling, he used to put phone on record. After he finished insulting me, if I now start replying the insult, he'll put on record and go and start showing his family members, his friends. Most of them used to come and tell me that this is what the husband did. He played the voice record of the way you are shouting, the way you are talking. But the truth is, they don't know what he told me that made me to react like that. I cannot just react like that. So I told him, I know that you are recording what I'm saying, but it will not stop me from saying what I'm saying. I don't want to travel, and I will not travel. There is nothing you can make me do. I will not travel. Please travel. And he now told me that he wanted me to release my son with him. That my son was a year. So I went inside, carried my baby, and went outside the compound and stood there. So later he joined me and said he wanted me to release my son, that he wants to take my son to the village. I said, who will take care of him? That he can't take care of him the way I will take care of him. He now said that he's going to drop my son with his sister. I said, your sister cannot take care of my son the way I will take care of my son. So that's how he now entered inside. Like he was making a call. He entered inside. Later he came out of the gate and told me that I should pick a call. So I picked the call. When I picked the call, it was my auntie that called me, that was talking to me. He said, Martina said I should release my son, that my son is also his son, that I should release. I said, auntie, there is no way I can release my son. I was really shouting that day, that there is no way I would release my son for my late husband, my husband that time. That he's still a small child, he's still an underage. I will not even be comfortable that it's out of my hand. So my auntie was not like, because I was shouting at her, my auntie was not like, why am I talking to her like that? I said, it's only somebody that understands me that will advise me. And I will take the advice. But so long as you don't know what I'm going through and you advise me, I will never take it. She was not like, okay, there's no problem. She cut the call. My husband now later packed his bags and everything and traveled. So as he traveled, something happened that night. Something happened that night. I decided to do a midnight prayer with that prayer point that man I met close to my gate gave me. I did this prayer point. As I was doing the prayer point, that's how a grass cutter, it looks like rats, entered inside my house. I was wondering how a grass cutter would enter. Where did it enter? How? So I just, in my mind, I just like, focus on your prayer. I just focus on my prayer. Then I was scared because I'm scared of rats. You understand? Please, before I continue, I want to say this. Married women, please, singles, please, when you're married, and if you're married, please don't involve a third party in your marriage. Have a first party, then followed by you and your husband. If you add a third party, you don't know the intention of that third party. Third party is another human being. Now, the first party is the Holy Spirit. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, involve the Holy Spirit first. The Holy Spirit is a spirit that is spotless, a spirit that defends the poor. The Holy Spirit defends the one whose hands are clean. So you need to involve the first party, that is the Holy Spirit that joined you and your husband together. So let me continue. So I was wondering where this grass cutter came. Well, I tried to struggle to be attentive, to focus on my prayers. After my prayer, I slept. After I slept, guess what happened? I was sleeping and my eyes just opened in the midnight. Now, the only time my eyes opens like that is if a spirit being appears. My eyes open towards where it is standing. You understand? So my eyes opened and I saw a figure, like a smoke-like figure that is like a human being, like a dark smoke. It was like this. It was rising up, like it's trying to stand up. I saw it. I shouted, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's how that grass cutter was on the window or the burglar, because I opened the window, the curtain on the burglar. Jumped towards where I was, but there was a mosquito net was covering out my son that night. I still prayed. I didn't sleep. I prayed and prayed. I didn't sleep. So in the morning, it was around that 7, I decided to sleep. That's how my neighbor now, because we're staying downstairs, that's how my neighbor now came at the back of the house and was peeping inside my house. I was like, who is that? Who is that? Why are you peeping at me like that? He said, what if I'm naked? Why is he peeping at the window? He said my husband said that he should check on me, that my number is not good. I said, normally, my husband, they travel, they call me. Na normal thing. Why is he telling you to call me this morning like this? What happened? That's this kind of, I don't buy it. It's not like it is 8 o'clock or maybe like 10 o'clock. Why would he tell you to peep if I'm inside the house, or if I'm okay? What kind of statement is that?